This was the first one I made for the month. I did use these Lawn Fawn stamps, and these are Lawn Fawn stamps as well. It's 2 sets of books, a lot of thickers, some papers from my stash that were leftovers, and then American Crafts. And I also tried to kill the Scraptastic 2015 Kit Club for that month of February. So that's what I ended up using. I did use some Target confetti, and it does have the journaling and the date already. So most of these are done, and I'm kind of happy about that. So that's the first one I did. Then I did this one for the crafty date with Meggie and Daisy, and this ended up using thickers. Our focus on that month was the spray inks, and so I used a blue one, a teal one from Recollections, and then a pink one from Heidi Swap. These two were from Heidi Swap, the blue one and the pink. I did use some Recollections confetti, these pink hearts, and then diluted acrylic black ink, thickers. I don't recall where this is from, but it is from that Scraptastic Kit Club kit. It was included in there. I did use the acrylic pieces. I got some paint on there, not so bad. I do have a process video for this. I do have some crepe paper love notes overlays or transparencies. I did get a few of those in there. And then I used a lot of remnants from my pattern paper in this. And let's see here. I did make a tag for my journaling, and that's Love and Adore You. I typed my journaling with We Are Memory Keepers typewriter. That's this layout. This one says Hugs and Snowflake Kisses. My kit was heavily based on Valentine's Day themed things, but this one ended up not being a Valentine's Day layout. Still in February. I think I did try to veer away from the Valentine's Day feel, even though I did use a lot of the products. I really like how this one ended up. I used a Martha Stewart punch of a snowflake, and then I first initially started with these pink ones in the underneath. I used the same cardstock that is for the background. I did use remnants of my die cutting stuff, and I used some journaling cards and some of the stickers as well. And I managed to also squeeze in some of these little mini word stickers, and I already did the journaling. I used another Project Life card from the Heidi Sweet Dreamy collection, and my favorite part was that I outlined the vellum in the white ink, and that took a long time. That's probably what took me the most out of this layout, but that's my favorite part of it. And I even managed to bring in some brads. So this was one of my most favorite layouts of the month. And this one, I didn't make like a 2-page because they don't have coordinating papers, but they do go together because it's from the same day. So the way I made, oh, you can't see that at all. The way I made them coordinate is by using that exterior matte. I'm so sorry for the light. I do not know what else to do with the lighting situation. But with these, I'm going to show you one at a time. These were the hardest pieces to use up in that Scraptastic kit, were the large acrylic pieces for me. They had kind of not weird, but they had like circles in this one, and then in this one had triangles cut out, as you can tell, and then this one had lines cut out. So there was kind of like random shapes. This one had a star. The stars aren't so hard for me to use when they're cut out like that, or star shapes in general, but when they're kind of random like that, it's harder for me to use. But I think I did well because I overlapped them with things. I did use another one of those acrylic hearts. Those were like conversation heart, but I just layered it with a little word sticker, some confetti or sequins, and some stickers, and a punch below that. I used one of these frames. This is from Simple Stories, and I used another journaling card, layered some scrap pieces of paper. This is some Mambi soft spoken stickers. I Frankenstein an H here, and that was the title, The Big Four. Here's some more Simple Stories die cuts. I used a little bit of twine here to bring in the one that I used to gather these little tassels. I brought in a Heidi Swap banner, and I tried to pick out colors that were in the pattern paper, and I kind of like that look. I have a hard time using banners, so I try to incorporate them whenever I can. Here's a Mambi chipboard. I backed these pieces up with some journaling cards and also some 6x6 paper, and I ended up managing to use this large acrylic piece here as well. So I think I used a lot of acrylic pieces in this double page spread, but I think that since the embellishing for me is minimal, it ended up working out. And I do like the touch right here. I tried to do it like Caitlin Clary. I ended up liking it. And they're 2 different stories, so I still have to do the journaling for this one. My son said he wanted to write some journaling since this page is about him gifting his brother a book for his birthday. And that was a surprise for all of us because we didn't know that Orion had used some money at his school book fair to buy him a gift. So that was really sweet. Those are pages 9. I counted them separately because it wasn't supposed to be a double page layout. But anyway, this one I created for Megan's 5-year YouTube anniversary. I really like like how this one came out. It was a lot of fun. Megan used a layout from Miranda Weber. I'm sorry. I did use some gold foil. It ended up working really nicely with this Pebbles line that I used. I did use some wood buttons from Happy Day, but then I ended up bringing one from Recollections. I'm not too sure. But I lifted some up using foam, like the bee and part of the flowers here. I embellished the heck out of that, but I still liked it. I also Frankenstein this P and this for an R because I really tried using up that alphabet. And then I used some more washi tape and I was able to date the journaling. I do have there is a video for this process layout video. Here's another, did use a lot of these journaling spots. These tabs here are all journaling spots. I just didn't think I was use all of them. It would take me forever. 9 of those journal. I mean, it wouldn't have taken me forever, but I don't journal that little. Like I usually tend to have more space. So this was just scrap pieces of paper for my layout. I did use those red stickers again, and I even put in a number here for the year. I ended up using this frame, so I have one of these left. I did a little bit of dry brush paint to kind of tone down the bright colors, and I did also outline with a gold and white pen, and I did a little bit of doodles to add interest, and then I also did outlining on all of the patterned pieces of paper with some black pen to also bring definition to those. And I even I had too much outline on these hearts with the black marker, so I went over it on the black line with white pen to give it that definition, and I end up loving that detail. I think that's like my most favorite part of the layout. I did use these washi strip circles that I had done for another layout that I was trying to do, and these were just an idea that I had scrapped, so I ended up using them here. I thought it was a great addition because it kind of mimics the circles in the pattern paper. So that's another one. This was a fun one to make only because it had a lot of embellishing in the clusters. I did end up using 2 of these doilies hearts, which are really difficult for me to use. I layered more scrap pieces of paper and I used a majority of the dimensional stickers. And then my favorite part here in this layout is that I ended up using this punch out. It's from Fiskars. It's from Teresa Collins's line, I believe. And then these are Recollections wood buttons, 2 of them, and then one of them is from the Heart Day. I didn't end up finishing from that embellishment package from Heart Day. There was 19. I was left with only 2 of the buttons. I mean, one of them was a flamingo and another one was an XO button in black and white. I did bring in black and white features to this because I did use an overlay. Yeah, this is my favorite part right here. This doesn't have any journaling and it is from Valentine's Day. Oh dear, did I not put the date? I guess I'm gonna have to go back and do that because this isn't for me. This is for one of my nieces. It's going in her kids book. That's this one. This one was a lot of fun to make too. This one says, "You have my heart," and I thought it was really fun because the finishing piece that I made or added was this tassel banner. That tassel kept, looking at me the whole month I was creating, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it on a layout. Except I wasn't too sure. I was really hesitant about how I wanted to use that tassel banner, and it ended up working perfectly here. It may look a bit busy. This is from Me and My Big Ideas from 2014, so it's not that old. Okay, so I was saying I did use a mix. There's the Mambi. I did thickers. This is from the Target Dollar Spot. All of these hearts are double layered with the gold cutout heart, and those are from a confetti pack from Recollections. I did use some Tim Holtz phrases right here and here. I stamped it with Heidi roller date stamp. I used some Pebbles embellishments like the florals, the butterfly, and the ladybug. And then I did use I used my deco scissors for this cute scallop. This is like a tiny scallop. I really like it. And then I used some scrap pieces of paper from the Hello Love collection. These are cutouts from the paper, so this one was like a square and I just cut it out to make into a shape. And then this was also from the cut apart and I just made them into tags. Very simple, or a lot of vellum for layering. Really fun to make. I did use that scallop scissors twice. So I had like a blank or trap space with the pattern and I wanted that to have a little bit more of a less busyness there. So I added another scrap piece of that pink paper. That's also a scratch piece of paper as well. Super simple, but I really ended up liking the look of it with this piece, especially since the pattern paper is so busy and there's a lot of little elements going on, but I really that was my favorite part, was the tassel. This is the last layout that I made for the month. So my one conundrum with this layout is that I knew that I was going to use this title, but I didn't end up double checking whether the apostrophe went here, in between the L, behind the L, excuse me. But I'm just going to not even worry about that. It's readable. It might not be grammatically correct, but I don't think that my niece is going to I don't think she's going to catch me on that. This is not a page for me, unfortunately, because that really does bug me. But in the end, it's still a cute page. The focus is on them. I wanted to create one that went top heavy. I really didn't want to have that addition, but I did want to use up these letters, and so this is why it ended up being like more of a half page instead of a top heavy page. I ended up using another one of those banners from Heidi Swapp. This is Teresa Collins washi, and then this is some pink washi tape that I had in my stash as well. This sticker is from this Sticko Everyday Stickers collection. It's the Cute Critters sticker pad, and it had a bunch of little critter stickers. It even has alphas. I've used this one once or twice before, and I thought it was a cute addition. I did bring in some bones in that are also in that sticker pack, and then I used lots of sequins in it, which was really fun. I even used the remnants to the top edge that holds the paper pad. I managed to like miter this corner and bring it in. I just thought it created a nice balance, and I love that floral touch because his mom is in it, and I wanted that kind of feminine touch. I think all the rounded edges do that, and it helps soften it a lot, and it adds to the cuteness of like the puppy theme and the little filters. I did manage to put in a lot of brads in this one. I think I had about 5 or 6 brads or something like that. I thought I was really neat too. Some are circle shaped and some are heart shaped, and then I did add these 2 acrylic pieces that were not in the kit, but I added them anyway, and this is all using this is also Crate Paper Hello Love, and I did use some stickers, and I brought in a die to use for these punch outs right here. So that was the last of my layouts. I did make 10. I had a lot of fun using this kit. I had started with 21 pieces of that Crate Paper Hello Love paper pad at the beginning of the month, and I ended up having only 9 full sheets of 12 by 12 paper from that paper pad. So I thought I did a really good job. All in all, I think I did pretty good. These layouts really were a lot of fun to make. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up so that it does promote my channel for other like-minded viewers to find my channel as well. Yeah, we'll see you in the next video, and have a great day. Bye!